Welcome back to Two Douchey Guys. 2DG. Another beer review, to steal a YouTuber slogan. Just for you and just for you. Look it up, you'll find it. Yeah. What do we got today?
Today we have from Prairie Artisan Ales their Bomb, which is an imperial stout aged on coffee, cocoa nibs, vanilla beans, and ancho chili peppers. They do say what kind of coffee they use. Nordagio's coffee, whatever. Probably butchered it.
Yep, Nordagio's or something.
I have had this on draft before, so I'm really looking forward.
And I don't think I've ever had it.
You have not, no. But I have.
Yeah. Don't do anything when you're not around.
Let's get it open.
Yeah, let's crack that baby. Where they at? Oklahoma, right?
Oklahoma.
All right. This will be I don't think I've had any other beers from
I was
Oklahoma.
going to say, no, I don't.
When I was out west, I did see some, and I didn't grab them because I just didn't know. Now, Rate Beer gives us 100. And what, a 99?
I believe so, yeah.
So, I'm kind of excited. It's wafting over here already. That's our word of the day, waft.
We are not Sesame Street.
No, we're not Luft. Waft.
Okay. So, Imperial Stout pretty much lives up to the name as far as appearance. Very black. Little bit of light coming around at the bottom of the glass, nothing around the sides. Nice tan head. Yeah. Like a half a finger, dissipated almost instantaneously. Let's see the nose. Wow. I
didn't even get done. It all comes through. You can smell the chocolate. I smelled the coffee first, and it's a dark roast, real deep dark roast coffee. The chocolate, and then you get a whacked with those peppers. That shocked me. I didn't think it would come through that well.
Yeah, you get a ton of chocolate, ton of coffee, ton of vanilla. You get a little bit of coconut in there. And then, like you said, underlying all of it is the chili peppers, which I've only had. I think this might be the only beer I've ever had with chili peppers, which is a kind of like the new hip thing to do.
Yeah.
I've seen it anywhere from imperial stouts to pale ales that they've used it in. But yeah, this.
Wow. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look up more on these people, Prairie Artisan, because wow.
Let's taste it.
Let's taste.
I'll go first while you compose yourself. Front of the tongue, you do get a pop of bitterness, most likely from the coffee. After that, though, milk chocolate. Like, if you've ever had Hershey's syrup, that's kind of what this tastes like. Just, yeah, tons of milk chocolate, tons of vanilla.
I see some dark chocolate, too.
Yeah, you get the dark bitter. Baker's chocolate. You do get a lot of roast. But underneath all that, the pepper kind of cuts through. Yep. It's not hot. It's
and it's subtle.
I mean, yeah.
It's subtle, but you definitely know it's there.
On the back end, it is actually kind of a dry beer. On the back end, though, you get like a roasty, like a chocolate-covered espresso bean kind of taste to it.
This is like chocolate dessert.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, chocolate milk. Like that's.
It is. It is.
Okay, the Frappuccinos from Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
That. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
It's what a Jamocha shake should be.
Yeah, just the way the pepper just accentuates everything.
It does.
It's not dominant like you would normally think it would be. It's a chili pepper, so naturally it's going to have some heat.
And I do get some tingling after a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you start to notice it, but it's not hot.
It's towards, like, right here.
I'm getting it everywhere. I swished it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so like if you would take a shot of alcohol or something and you get that little burn at the back, that's what the pepper's doing, but it's not overwhelming whatsoever.
That's an impressive beer.
Yeah, like you said, you brought it up before. Style, they gave it a 99. And then overall they went with 100. What are you going to give it for the style?
This is tough because I know it's an imperial stout. But this is clearly one of those special classes of imperial stout. It's not your standard, here you go, imperial stout. They've added stuff to it to make it different.
Also, I want to say it is 13%.
Wow.
You don't get any of that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
No alcohol. I don't know where they hit it.
I did.
But
chocolate.
Yeah. But it's you don't get any of the alcohol whatsoever.
Okay. For the style, I'm happy to give this a 9. 9.5. I'll go 9.5. This is a phenomenal beer. I'm gonna go 9.5. Oh man, that's a tough one. I can't go 9.5. I gotta back it down to a 9, and the reason I can't is because the complexity is great on this, but there are other imperial stouts that have even more complexity, and while the taste envelope on this is a mile wide, there are other stouts that have just miles and miles wide taste envelope that just, man. But I'm okay. Solid 9. Fantastic solid 9.
For me, hands down style 10. Not even a question. It doesn't adhere to what typical imperial stouts are, or the Reinheitsgebot rule, which is the German purity law. A lot of breweries, though, will add some sort of coffee to their imperial stouts. This, obviously, they took it over. They did coffee, they did cocoa nibs, they did vanilla beans, they did the chilies. And for the flavor profile, all those different kind of contrasting flavors, for it to meld together and work phenomenally in both aroma and taste, 10. Easy. Easy.
I can't argue with that. It is a phenomenal beer.
Overall.
That said, okay. Overall, I'm going to jack it even a little higher. I'm going to give it a 9.5. If I want a killer imperial stout, if I sit down and I want a great, phenomenal imperial stout, this is going to be towards the very top of the list. Definitely towards the top. This is a great beer. These guys should be extremely satisfied with themselves.
I say, if you check out some of our earlier videos, we posted one up from Brewhaven. It was a little impromptu video, but there we got KBS. This is
say it.
Damn near on par.
I'm gonna say it's better. I'm gonna give it. Man, I had more to try.
I would say I'm more impressed with this beer. Number one, because obviously it's more readily available. The taste is right there. The only thing I'm gonna say is I think KBS coaxes more flavor out of less.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Overall, 10, easy. Obviously, imperial stouts are my second favorite style, and for them to nail it like this and it have enough widespread distribution that you can get it here in Northeast Indiana from Oklahoma, which they could easily just blanket the state with this and still have a ton left over because there's not much population. But for them to get it here, for me to be able to buy it at a liquor store, easy, regular trip, and it's just sitting there on the counter.
I just don't think people knew what they were passing by.
No, yeah, and I will say that I was only able to get just a single bottle. I probably could have got 2, but
man, you might have to go check it out.
Yeah, yeah, they killed this.
Any idea on how this ages?
As far as I mean,
if you went back and picked one up, could we save it to Dark Lord Day?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think so.
With it being an imperial stout, for those of you who are newer on aging beers, anything that's got a color like this, age it. It's fine, unless it's like a black IPA.
Yeah.
If it has stout in the name, age it. It's fine.
9 times out of 10, it's already aged a bit anyway. Yeah. So,
which is interesting. It does say it's aged on coffee and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Nothing about a barrel though, and I don't really get too much of the barrel in there.
Nope.
Which you're aging it on vanilla beans, so that's going to take away almost half of the flavor profile that a barrel kind of lends to a beer.
This, I gotta say though, I would almost like to taste a bourbon barrel version of this. Yeah. This recipe with a little bit of bourbon in there would just really kick it. And your KBS would really be.
Exactly. If I go to the liquor store and it's there, I'm gonna pick up as much as I can.
I gotta say, this is one I'll be watching for.
Yeah.
I'll go out of my way to put this back and share it with people. It's definitely a fantastic beer.
Prairie Artisan Ales, bomb.
Get it if you see it.
2DG.
See ya. Hey, welcome back. We got done. I finished off the bomb.
This will be after clip, obviously.
It's just so, I mean, coat your glass. It's so good. You know what?
I don't know if you can necessarily see it, but that brown tint there,
You can see it.
it's not syrup.
It's
Prairie Artisan Ales bomb.
It is. And I just want to come back and I want to change. I gave him a 9.5 initially, and then I backed it down to a 9.
The first time
This-
you've done this.
This is ridiculous. I thought about it. We talked about it. Style, that's a 10. There's no way that is not a 10 for a stout. There can be multiple 10s. I'm not giving you the best beer that's out there based on a ranking scale. That's a 10 for the style. I've got to retract what I said and say it now. That's a 10.
You gonna change the overall?
The overall, I'm going to stick, what did I give it, a 9.5?
9.5.
I'm going to stick with that. And I'm going to stick with that because, no, I can't. I have no validation for what I said. I should not have drank too fast. I'm going to give it a 10 on that as well.
There's a little bit left if you wanna.
Go ahead. I don't want to take from you. I feel guilty.
I'm not saying drink the whole thing.
But I'll raise everything to a 10 on this. You can't. It doesn't matter if you can do better. This is a 10 beer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a 10 beer.
And there's a lot of things that you can really factor into it, but availability is a big one for me as far as rating. The fact that you can get this,
I don't even care.
and it's not a special release day
Yeah.
or anything like that.
I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I can't even factor that in on this one. And I generally do, especially on overall. Is this something I can get? Is it something I'm going to drink? There's no way I'm going to drink a ton of that all the time. No way.
It's 13%. You can't.
It doesn't matter. I wouldn't want to diminish the specialness of that beer. I think it's a great beer. It's a 10, 10, 10 all day long.
Across the board.
Sorry. Just had to run this update because I felt so bad for not giving it a 10.
It ate at him.
It did.
2DG.
First time ever. See ya.